Hello, it's Courtland with more insights for your personal development and self-understanding. I provide tools and techniques for you to develop a resilient mindset, the type of mindset that is so strong that you're bouncing back from things that cause other people to quit. Today we explore the concept of owning your attributes, owning those qualities that really will support you in thriving. In over 20 years in personal development, it has become very apparent to me that one of the biggest mistakes that men and women make, one of the faults in their thinking, is that they see in other people what they don't see in themselves. And as a result of that, the belief is that they're not ready yet. They may look at someone else who is eloquent, articulate, a great communicator, who seems to have the charisma to inspire people and influence action, and they can spot it in someone else, but they don't see it in themselves. And perhaps that's you. Maybe you've had someone compliment you or tell you something that was wonderful and great about you that you were having difficulty owning. Like the idea of accepting the compliment was a bit much, but note that if it were criticism, you might take it more personally. Well, here's what we know to be true. Simple as this. If you can spot it, you've got it. If you spot it, you got it. Meaning, if you can see it in someone else, that means it's present in you also. You wouldn't be able to recognize what it was if there were not some aspect of it that was in you also. Now, the thing about this, it goes both ways. That's why I suggest practicing seeing the good in people, because you will only see in someone else what is present in you. So if you look out and you can only see negativity, you only see negative qualities about a person, just know that you're able to see that because it represents those qualities in you that you've been unwilling to own. But the inverse of that is also true. So if you can see it in someone, it's because it's in you also, and it may just be time for you to take ownership of what's great about you already, to recognize that there's nothing missing, that if you can spot it, it's because you've got it. Now, sometimes what happens is because we don't see it in ourselves, someone else suggests that it's there and we question their integrity. Have you ever found yourself doing this, particularly in relationship? They may say to you what's wonderful about you, what's great about you, and because you don't see it in yourself, you question if whether or not they're being honest. Or perhaps your guard goes up and you start to think, well, what are they looking to get out of me? What is it that they want? They're being too nice. They're being overly complimentary. When the truth is, if you saw those qualities in yourself, it will be a simple thank you. Thank you for seeing that. I've worked hard to develop that skill. I've worked hard to develop that quality within me. So if you're struggling with this, here's a simple exercise or tool for you to begin to take ownership of those qualities that are great about you. Look out. Dr. John DeMartini refers to it as the traits of the greats, right? So he would suggest look out and find that person, man or woman that you admire, and what is it about them that you admire? What are those qualities that you see in them that just cause you to aspire to more, or perhaps they inspire you in their way of being? List those qualities out. And then after listing those qualities, here's where it gets quite enlightening. After listing the qualities, I then want you to go into your life and see where in your life someone sees you as that way already. So maybe you look out and you see a person, you say, man, they are so charismatic. Man, they are so eloquent. They're so articulate, whatever it is. So you list the quality and then go into your life and say, well, now, who in my life sees me as eloquent? Who in my life sees me as articulate? Who in my life sees me as charismatic? All right. So what you want to begin to do is when you see it somewhere else, recognize that it's in you already, because the truth is nothing is missing. It's one of the great coups that's ever been done in personal development is to convince people that something is missing. And if you can be convinced that something is missing, then it'll keep you from ever getting started. What if you recognize that all is energy and that you can only see it in someone else because it's also present in you? Now, this won't mean that you don't have some work to do. It won't mean that you won't have to refine it. but at least it closes the gap. So rather than thinking that there's so much more that you got to get done, it may mean simply turning inward and beginning to develop what's already there. You're wonderful. You are extraordinary. And you deserve an extraordinary and incredible life, one that inspires others to live the way that you've lived. If you're going to do that, you got to be resilient. You got to show the quality of bouncing back from the things that make other people quit. One of the ways you begin to do that is to own what's in you already. Stop looking out there for the next thing and recognize that what is within you now is enough to achieve extraordinary results. Thank you for listening. I hope this is helpful. Go do the exercise of the traits of the greats and recognize what you're seeing and admired in someone else is also, it's present in you already. Go do that and let me know how that turns out. If you got value from this, don't keep it a secret. Let someone know about it. If you haven't already, like the Courtland D. Warren page and also the Courtland Warren YouTube channel where all the videos are captured there and you can just play them back to back to back to back. I promise to only interrupt your news feed when I believe that it will be something that is of value to you. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time and attention. Have an extraordinary day.